Hello, hello, hello. Today we are working on this E70. It came with gearbox problem. The main problem was that after gearbox replacement, the car doesn't get into gears. Like you can hear clicking, but it didn't get into gear. So yeah, this car has a 6 HP gearbox. And before gearbox replacement, you're supposed to virginize it, but the service which changed the gearbox didn't do that. And this car came to us basically to virginize the gearbox and sync the gearbox with the car. And I will show how I'm gonna do this. Before we do anything, we're just gonna do a simple check on diagnostics. We're gonna check if it's actually the problem with the ISN, the security code, the gearbox, or something else. But most likely, because I know that gearbox was changed, most likely the problem is gonna be the actual, like security-wise, the immobilizer of the gearbox. So if we do a simple check here, we can see that car has fault of immobilizer and transmission control disables. So just to make sure that it's actually the problem, we're gonna use TGDI tool. We're simply gonna connect to the gearbox. As we can see, the gearbox is connected. VIN is already changed to the actual card's VIN number. Just gonna read the ISN the moment. And that doesn't work. Why it doesn't work? God knows why. As you can see, we finally managed to connect it. If it's gonna focus, you see that we have few ISN codes. But yeah, basically we need to clear the ISN code, and this car is supposed to adapt itself to this car. To do that, we will need to use bench style connection. So basically we have to directly plug in to the actual gearbox. As you can see over here, we already did that with the old gearbox. Everything fine connected. We got ISN code from the old gearbox, even though we don't actually need it. But we need to do the same thing now with the gearbox, which is already in this car. And hopefully we will be able to do that. But before you ask how to know what pins to use, it's simple in this program. It basically just simply shows you what pins you need to connect to OBD, give external OBD 12 volts, and it will connect. A slight update, we decided to buy the spare 6 HP connector because we saw how difficult it's gonna be to put the pins like that in the actual plug, well, in the gearbox. As you can see, the plug is in the middle of nowhere. Basically, it's quite difficult to reach. The hand barely fits. So we decided to go to this spare 6 HP plug. We made an adapter to OBD. We're gonna just simply plug it in the place, and we're gonna do bench read and ISN clearance. We managed to plug the new plug. We're just gonna set up our bench, and then in the next screen, we're gonna try to remove the ISN. So, okay, we connected, our bench is set up, the cable is coming to a BD adapter, there is a PCU underneath for 12 volts CGI, and we will try to reset the gearbox. 6 HP, bench, successfully connected, read TGS, and of course it doesn't want to read at the moment for whatever reason. Okay, we just gonna try a few things because our internet is being dodgy today and it requires some internet. We'll try some things and then we will be back. Our ISN is red, and here we simply press clear EGS ISN. That's perfect, that's cleared. And let's try to connect it back to the car. So after just replugging the plug, we're gonna do a cold start, check if the gearbox works, and then I'm gonna check some errors. But first of all, that's the engine starting. Drive do work, neutral works, reverse works. Everything seemed to work. Okay, we're just gonna shut the car, gonna take my diagnostics and check what errors do we have now. So okay, we just cleared the faults. There's only DCT code control unit fault left. We're gonna check that, and that's us finished with the gearbox. In the next frame, we can go for a test drive. The car is moving on its own. The gear changes are not that great yet, but still the adaptation is brand new, so it needs to adapt to the actual car state, like gearbox state, because the gearbox is used, not renewed or something like that. But yeah, it seems like it's working. Okay, that's us finished with this car. We coded the ABS module, we checked the car gearbox, we removed the ISN code from gearbox. Everything works fine. That's us. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and see you next time.